Hello, my name is Ramasu and welcome to my presentation on question 11 to 15 from the 2013 BGCSE Science Double Award Paper 1. Question 11 reads a thin ray of light is shown towards a semicircular glass block which has a critical angle of 42 degrees. Which diagram shows the correct path that is followed by the ray? The angles are not drawn to scale. Well, if the glass block has a critical angle of 42 degrees, right? This means that if the angle of incidence, remember the angle of incidence is the angle between angle of incidence, right? Angle of incidence. This is the angle between the incident ray and the normal. The dotted line here is the normal, right? The dotted line here and here and here is the normal. So the angle of incidence is the angle between the normal and the incident ray, right? It's this angle here. If this angle is greater than the critical angle, that if the angle of incidence is greater than the critical angle, let's call it the critical angle, right? If the angle of incidence is greater than the critical angle, then you will have a total internal reflection, right? You have total internal reflection. So your answer is supposed to be B, because we have a total internal reflection here. The angle of incidence is 45 degrees, and 45 is greater than 42, right? So then you have total internal reflection. So all the other ones are incorrect, right? Question 12 says a bar magnet is pulled through a solenoid connected to an alternating current. What will happen to the bar magnet? Well, when you can if you have a solenoid, a solenoid is simply like a coil of wire, and it is connected to an AC current source, and you pull a bar magnet through this solenoid, right? Alternating current changes direction, right? It is the opposite of direct current, which only travels in one direction. AC or alternating current keeps on changing direction. So then what happens is that when you pull this bar magnet through this solenoid, the magnetic field from the current will mess up the the dipoles in the magnet, right? The dipoles in the magnet will be messed up. The dipoles, right? So then this will reduce the strength of the magnet, right? This will reduce the strength of the magnet. So then your answer should be A. But 13 says when a polythene rod is rubbed with wool, it becomes negatively charged. Becoming negatively charged means that it gains electrons. The polythene rod gains electrons, right? A charged polythene rod is placed next to water running from a tap. The water bends towards the rod. Which statement explains why water bends towards the rod? Well, if you have the rod there, and the rod has some negative charges, and then you have a stream of water flowing, and then this water is attracted to the rod. It means that because like charges like charges repel, and unlike charges attract, right? So this means that some positive charges are induced on the stream of water. Some positive charges are induced on the water. So that is why the stream is attracted to the negatively charged polythene rod, right? So the rod induces positive charges on the water, right? So if this rod was positively charged, right? If the rod was positively charged, the same thing would happen. The water would be attracted to the rod like this, right? But in this case, the reason would be that the positive rod induces some negative charges on the water, right? Okay. 14 says what is the symbol for an instrument that measures the potential difference in a circuit? Well, that's a voltmeter. It's D here. Your answer is D. It's a voltmeter. A voltmeter measures the potential difference in a circuit. That's your voltmeter. And C is an ammeter. C is an ammeter, and ammeters measure the current flowing through a circuit, right? Ammeter measures the current flowing through a circuit. 15 says an electric heater is labeled 1200 watts and 240 volts. What is the most suitable fuse rating for the heater? Okay, so you have power here, the power rating, and the voltage rating of the electric heater. Now you need to use the formula power is equal to voltage times current, right? Or let me write the word current there. Or P is equal to VI. P is power, of course. P is power. Let me write power there. Power, or P, right? It's equal to voltage times current. Right? Now to find your current, you have to make P is equal to VI. To find your value of current, you have to make I the subject of the formula. So to do that, you divide by V on both sides. So then your formula becomes current, or I, is equal to power over voltage, right? And your power is 1200, and your voltage is 240 volts. So then your answer becomes 5 amperes. So this means that the heater needs 5 amperes for it to work. But now, what is a fuse used for? What is a fuse used for? A fuse is used to protect an appliance like a heater or a kettle or a television from being damaged by too much current, right? The symbol for a fuse is this. This is the symbol for a fuse. So when there's too much current flowing, the too much current could possibly damage your appliance. So then what happens is that the fuse will break, right? And when the fuse breaks, there will be no current flow, and your appliance will stop working, right? So your fuse is simply a wire that melts when there's too much current flowing, right? A fuse is simply a wire that melts when there's too much current flowing. Now, if your electric heater needs 5 amperes to work, this means that you can use a fuse that is 8.0, a fuse with a rating of 8.0 amperes, right? Because if your heater needs 5 amperes and you use a fuse of 10 amperes, or a fuse with a rating of 10 amperes, then there might be twice as much current as you need flowing in the heater, right? There might be 2 times as much current as you need flowing in the heater. So then your heater might get damaged. So the best fuse rating to use would be an 8.0 amperes fuse, right? So that is the end of the video. My name is Ramasu. You can find me on Facebook, or you can follow my Facebook page, GCSE tutorial videos. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next video.